everyone. This is a video of a book called Santa Comes to Wiltshire, and it's read by a very special person. So enjoy. Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas. This is a message for you all at Christmas. Although Christmas won't be quite the same this year, I hope you're all enjoying celebrating the special people in your life. And I just wanted to let you know that all of us at the North Pole are thinking of you, and we're busy making and preparing your toys for this year. We'll deliver them in as safe a way as we can, and I'll be bringing along my festive face mask and my hand gel. Now I'm going to read to you a story when Santa came for Wiltshire, and listen out to see if you can hear a bit about Salisbury, close to where you live. Santa is coming to Wiltshire. Written by Steve Small and illustrated by Robert Dunn. Well, boomed Santa, have all the children from Wiltshire been good this year? Well, modestly, answered the little old elf as he bustled across the busy workshop to Santa's desk. Santa peered down to the elf from behind the tall, teetering piles of letters that the children of Wiltshire had sent him. Mostly? Asked Santa, looking over the top of his glasses. Yes, but they've all been especially good in the last few days, said the elf. Jolly good, chuckled Santa. Then we'd better get their presents loaded up. Even though the sack of presents was really, really big, and the elves were really, really small, they seemed to have no trouble hauling it onto Santa's sleigh. Though how they managed to fit such a big sack onto one little sleigh, even they didn't know. But somehow they did. Splendid, boomed Santa. We're ready to go. Not quite, Santa, said the little old elf. One of our reindeer is missing. Missing? Which reindeer is missing? Asked Santa. The youngest one, Santa, said the elf. It's his first flight tonight. I've called him, but... Just then, a young reindeer strolled up, munching on a large carrot. Where have you been? Asked Santa. The youngest reindeer was crunching so loudly that it was no wonder he hadn't heard the little old elf calling. Oh well, never mind, said Santa, giving the reindeer a little wink. He took out his Santa nav and tapped in the postcode for Wiltshire. This will guide us to Wiltshire in no time. Crunch, 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 crunch. With a flick of the reins and a jerk of the harness, off they went, racing through the sky. Ho, 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 laughed Santa. We'll soon have these parcels delivered to wonderful Wiltshire. Santa's sleigh flew through the starry night, heading south across the North Sea. On they flew in the crisp, wintry air, over Wales. In the wink of an eye, the sleigh was flying high above the Bristol Channel and on to Wiltshire. The youngest reindeer was very excited. He'd never been away from the North Pole before. They were just crossing over Stonehenge when suddenly they ran into a blizzard. Snowflakes whirled around the sleigh. They couldn't see a thing. The youngest reindeer was getting a bit worried, but Santa didn't seem too concerned. It's 2 kilometres, said the Santa nav in a bossy lady's voice. Keep left at the next star. But madam, Santa blustered, I can't see any stars in all this snow. Soon they were hopelessly lost. Then through the howling blizzard, the youngest reindeer heard a faint ringing sound. Ding dong. He looked over at the old reindeer with a red nose, but he had his head down. I wonder who that reindeer could be. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. There was that sound again, like church bells ringing. The youngest reindeer turned round to look at Santa, but Santa wasn't listening. He seemed to be arguing with a little box with buttons on it. With a flick of the harness and a jerk of the reins, the youngest reindeer gave a sharp tug and headed off towards the sound of the bells, pulling Santa and his sleigh behind him. "Whoa!" cried Santa, pulling his hat straight. "What's going on?" Then, to his surprise, he heard a ringing sound. "Well done, young reindeer," he shouted cheerfully. "It must be the bells of Salisbury Cathedral. Don't worry, children, Santa is coming." But suddenly, crunch! The sleigh hit something as it plummeted through the snow clouds. "You have arrived," said the Santa nav unhelpfully. Finally, when the snow had died down and the clouds parted, Santa discovered exactly where they were, stuck right at the very top of the marketplace Christmas tree. "Everybody pull!" The reindeer pulled with all their might until, at last, with a screeching noise, the sleigh scraped clear of the Christmas tree, and Santa steered them safely over the Guildhall, along Castle Street, and down into Victoria Park. Luckily, there was no real damage done, but all the parcels had all been jumbled up. Santa quickly sorted the presents into order again. "Right," said Santa. "Thanks to this young reindeer, I know where we are now. Don't worry, children. Santa is coming." Santa drove his sleigh expertly from rooftop to rooftop all over Wiltshire, popping in and out of chimneys as fast as he could, which was pretty fast for a chubby chap. There were big chimneys in Devizes and small chimneys in Bradford-on-Avon. He squeezed down thin chimneys in Swindon and plummeted down fat chimneys in Corsham. The youngest reindeer was amazed at how quickly they went. Santa never seemed to get tired at all, and it looked like the children in Wiltshire were going to be very lucky this year. But the youngest reindeer was starting to feel a bit weary and quite hungry too. In house after house, Santa delved inside his sack for parcels of every shape and size. He piled them under the Christmas trees and carefully filled up the stockings with surprises. In house after house, the good children of Wiltshire had left out a large mince pie and a small glass of something and a big crunchy carrot. Santa took a little bite out of each mince pie, a tiny sip of something, wiped his beard and popped the carrots back into his sack. From Marlborough to Melksham, from Chippenham to Warminster, from Tidworth to Trowbridge, and all the places in between, Santa and his sleigh visited every house in Wiltshire. Santa delivered presents to Aaron, Amelia, Ben, Brooke, Charlie, Chloe, the list went on and on. Zach, Zara, Zibble. That might be a spelling mistake, unless you know anybody called Zibble. Finally, Santa had delivered the last present on his long Wiltshire list. "Great moons and stars," sighed Santa. "It's past midnight and my sack seems as heavy as ever. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone." Santa opened his sack to check, but it was full of juicy, crunchy carrots. Santa shared out the carrots between all the reindeer. "Well done, lad," he said, patting the youngest reindeer gently on the nose. But the youngest reindeer didn't hear him. He was too busy munching. Then it was time to set off for home. Santa reset his Santa nav for the North Pole, and soon they were speeding past the animals at Longleat and over Westbury White Horse through the crisp starry night. "Ho, ho, ho," laughed Santa. "Merry Christmas, Wiltshire." So have a lovely Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody.